Hey, everybody. Did you say we're starting now, Courtney?
Yes, ma'am. It is now 5:30 on the.
Yay.
And we are now streaming to Facebook. So welcome everybody to our, what is now our sixth Chat and Chew, 3 of which have been dedicated for our parents. Well, actually 4 have been dedicated to our parents. And so this is this Chat and Chew. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Just a few housekeeping rules. We are being recorded as well as streaming live on Facebook. So please feel free to mute your cameras, but please do mute your phones while we are in the meeting. And you can, again, join us via Facebook or here on our Zoom meeting. So Doc, I will pass it over to you so we can get started.
All right, thank you so much. And Courtney has done an amazing job of ensuring that we stay connected with the community. Her job title is Community Engagement Specialist, and she is absolutely a specialist at what she does. So kudos to you for your dedication and commitment to keep us moving forward and communicating. I do want to give a quick update on registration. I know that's the big mystery out there right now. Where is our registration link and what's the timeline? So I have been in communication with Power School, and they are the company that is developing our online process. And they did run into a glitch that was basically some corruption that, some technology corruption that created some delays. We do know that we are ready to move forward with Selma High School and the Clark Elementary for those 2 schools to get their SNAP codes probably as early as tomorrow. And then by tomorrow, we should have an update on what the timeline will be for our other schools to receive their SNAP codes so that they can register online. And again, I apologize for the delay. You know, the saying goes, technology is great when it works. And this is just a good example of that. One thing that I've had to say many times is that this pandemic is affecting everybody. And so a lot of our vendors and companies that normally do work in a more seamless fashion are having some different glitches that they're having to grapple with just because of the sheer workload and the magnitude of what they're doing during this pandemic. So my sincere apologies for the delay. We will get moving with it as quickly as possible, and we will absolutely continue to be as transparent as we can as we communicate with you about it. Now for today, I am super excited that we are going to talk about getting prepared for virtual learning. Our scholars begin 2 weeks from today. And we've got one of our amazing media specialists, Crystal Dozier, who is going to walk through some amazing tips and, of course, give you an opportunity to answer questions and so forth, and just to learn more about what's needed for our scholars to be successful for virtual learning. And then I'll wrap us up in the end and also share a few more little updates with you that may be of interest. But in the interest of time, I know y'all are tired of talking to me or hearing me talk to you. And that's okay, because I'm tired of hearing my own voice sometimes too. So I am delighted to welcome Crystal Dozier, and she will be, I believe, sharing her screen and walking you all through what do we need in order for our scholars to be successful for virtual learning. So Crystal Dozier.
And while Ms. Dozier is preparing to share her screen, please feel free to use the chat here in Zoom as well as on Facebook. So if you have any questions that we can kind of answer during today's chat, or that we can use to create an FAQ, please drop those in our comments as well as in our chat on Zoom. All right, Ms. Dozier, we are ready for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Williams. Thank you, Courtney. Hello, Selma City parents, and I see teachers, board members. Thank you all so much for the opportunity. We'll just jump right in. The Essentials of Virtual Learning, and it is presented tonight by myself, Crystal Dozier. I'm the lead library media specialist for Selma City School. And the question that a lot of parents have, what does a school day look like? Well, If you look at the screen, it shows 8:50 to 1 p.m. for our elementary schools and 8:50 to 1:30 for our secondary schools. At 1 o'clock, we expect our students to unplug for additional assignments to include intervention support, instructional projects, homework, reading for relaxation, and online instruction through School's PLP, iReady, My Own, and Accelerated Reader. On the secondary level, it also includes Edgenuity Purpose Prep, ACT practice, and A+ College Ready. Breaks and lunch are included in the school day schedule, and we'll talk a little bit more about lunch in the presentation. Remote learning expectations, or you'll hear us use the word virtual learning, they're both the same. Here are some expectations. Be on time. Attendance does matter for our students, so we want our scholars to wake up early, to eat breakfast before class, log on 10 minutes before class starts, so at 8:50, because this is a normal school day and we will be having morning announcements at 8:50. Also, our scholars are expected to be in a quiet place. So we're asking you to establish a desk or a table or a routine workspace for school. Also, be mindful of your surroundings while virtual learning is going on. Sometimes we tend to have conversations, parents, on our phones, and if your child is in virtual learning, we can hear the whole conversation. So we're asked that you just be mindful that your child is in the learning experience and maybe move to another room or just kind of quiet your conversation, because it's distracting to everyone maybe who will be listening and learning at that time. Also, the television can be a distraction as well, and additional devices such as cell phones, iPads, if they can just be put aside until break time or until after school. Next, we want our scholars to be prepared. That means having their computers charged, camera on. We want to actually see our scholars as they work. So we need the cameras to on, and also use headphones. If you feel that they're necessary, please use those headphones. Presentation. While students are at home, no, we don't expect them to wear uniforms, but we do expect appropriate clothing. So that means no pajamas. Also means no head coverings like bonnets, do-rags. We know you're at home, but we want you to be presentable for the camera. It's just like being at school. Shirts must be worn. We know little boys like to walk around the house with no shirt on. Well, we want to ask you to make sure you put a shirt on. Just be dressed appropriately from head to toe for the camera. And also, since we're in the learning process, we're asking you to save snacking for break time. Again, those breaks will be built into your schedule, and the schools will push out those schedules so parents will know what those times will be. Next, mute yourself. We expect our scholars to stay muted as you are while the teacher is talking or another student is talking. And we know that that just leads to respect. Next, participation. We expect our scholars to be actively engaged in the learning process. But with that, students must raise their hand and wait to be recognized. We want our students to be attentive. We want them to be focused and to stay in the session until the session is completely over. Again, being at home is kind of difficult, and we tend to do things because we're at home, but we ask that our scholars remain in the session until it is over, because attendance is going to matter and every minute is going to matter for our students. Next, communication. We want our students to speak clearly when they're talking. They should also look up and not look down, and that's just a good practice whether virtual or not. Stay on topic, no side conversations because they see their friend or want to make a little joke or something. We want to stay on topic because time is essential during virtual learning. There will be tight schedules, and so we want to stay on topic, and we want to stay in close contact with our child's school and teacher. It's so very important that we actually stay in contact with our child's school or teacher to make sure that we have any updates that are going on, everything that you need to know. Our schools are actively engaged in social media. Also, our district's webpage and our school web pages are updated regularly. So we're asking that you stay in contact so you'll know what's going on. And lastly, be respectful. PBIS norms will be used in virtual learning environments. PBIS stands for Positive Behavior Intervention Services. And so we want our students to exhibit positive behavior. And so our teachers will be using PBIS in the virtual learning setting. You also see that teachers will be incorporating SEL strategies, social emotional learning strategies, to meet the needs of our scholars. Also, we expect our students to respect their teachers, respect their students that are in the class, so they'll get the same respect that's given. So we expect respect all across the board from everyone involved in virtual learning. We also want our students to be considerate and kind in their actions, in their words, and just genuine in what they do. So you see the Bitmoji says, stay golden. If our students stay golden and stay true to what they need to do daily, virtual learning will be a success in Selma City Schools. Here's the question that several parents have asked: what about a device? Well, Selma City Schools will be providing devices to students who are in need of a device. Distribution dates and orientation dates for devices will be posted on the Selma City Schools page this week, as well as on your child's school's Facebook page and school's websites. So look out for the device distribution and orientation dates so you'll know when your child's school will be distributing those devices if needed. All right, parents, we know this is it is new for you, it's new for us, but we can do this together. And to do that, we are hosting a series of parent and partners professional development workshops, starting today with just the essentials of virtual learning for our parents. And you can see the other dates. I'm not going to read all of them to you. This, again, will be posted on our district webpage. It will be posted on your child's school webpage and on social media. Parents, please take advantage of these opportunities to educate yourself about the virtual learning process, the different platforms that will be used. Ask questions that you have. Now is the time to get an understanding of what is going to happen and the expectation for virtual learning. Another question we've heard, well, what about lunch? Our students will eat breakfast at home. However, we have been approved to move forward with the mobile grab and go meal delivery times and locations will be announced at a later date. So this summer, if you remember seeing our parent university bus rolling through town at various stops and delivering lunches, we will do that again for the first 9 weeks for our scholars. So stay tuned for those times and locations, but we will provide our students with a healthy lunch. Courtney, we're gonna stop right there before we go any further, and if you wanna look in the chat for questions or comments.
All right, thank you, Ms. Dozier. That was awesome. So I have been looking at our Facebook Live. So we do have a few questions, but you actually answered one of those questions, and it was about devices. And they will be available for scholars. Again, we are asking for parents to continue to follow us on social media, because we will share all that information, the specific device pickup days for your scholar school on our social media, as well as on our website. But there's one specific question pertaining to for devices for, I'm sorry, first graders is what I'm reading on our, yes. So does devices include first graders? And that would be essentially yes, on an as-need basis. Initially, we had said for scholars grades 3 and up. Am I correct, Ms. Dozier? And so
Yes.
scholars K through second, you will, we're asking for you to contact your school principal, or to let the teacher know, if you know that now, that your scholar is in need of a device, and arrangements will be made for you. School starts August 24th, and remember that is remotely. And again, you will be receiving some notification if you have not already received that from your school. I've seen several schools post a few schedules, including some orientations and some meet and greets. And so continue to, again, follow us on social media and stay connected with your school. But if you are not receiving that information, let us know on Facebook, on the district's on the district's Facebook page, and I will forward that information to the correct person, just to help make sure that you are receiving our notifications. Do we have any questions from those of you joining us here on the Zoom call? Let's check the chat. A lot of thank yous, thank yous. What about IEPs? The individualized educational plan for each scholar will be fully implemented and followed. Well, yay. Well, we have a good problem. We don't have too many questions now. So Ms. Dozier, you did an excellent job with your presentation.
All right, thank you. I was just checking Facebook to make sure we didn't miss any questions. So I think we're good.
Yeah, just a question about when will they be getting the Chromebooks. And again, that schedule will be released as actually be on our website in the morning for those schedules for device pickup.
I also see a question, will learning packages be provided? I know that some schools are preparing learning packages for our lower grades, but that will be done as a school basis. So it's up to the school how they'll actually handle learning packets. So I would suggest that you check with your child's school for learning packets, but we're trying to do virtual remote learning. So we're pushing for devices for all of our scholars.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so Ms. Dozier, if we don't have any more lingering question as it relates to today's presentation, Ms. Dozier, I think there was something that you wanted to do.
It is. Now, last question I do see, because I think a lot of people were confused about the registration that you did earlier. The registration that was done earlier was for virtual all year long, not necessarily for remote learning to start now. So you do have to complete the registration once it is posted.
Yes.
And to add to that, I'll also say that initial virtual learning academy, it was to give us some intel on the number of families that we had interested in year-long virtual learning for planning purposes, and so that we can ensure that we had enough teachers trained to continue on with virtual learning throughout the year. So great intel, and we definitely appreciated it. It was very helpful. But the registration that we're anxiously awaiting to do is for your regular school registration, with the information on who can pick your child up, and a medical form and that type of thing.
And Dr. Williams, do you mind reiterating again what's going on with our general registration?
Yeah, just again, we are working with a company called Power School, and Power School is also the company that the state has contracted with to manage our student information system. And so they are developing an online registration process for us. But as sometimes happens, I mentioned earlier, technology is a wonderful thing when it works. They ran into some corrupt files that they had an issue trying to untangle, basically. I've had several emails and a Zoom meeting with our team from Power School today in an effort to help them try to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. We do have, it looks like we've got Clark and Selma High School that will be ready to get their SNAP codes and roll out in the next day or so. And we will keep you posted on the other schools. We do have a backup plan for registration that we may have to push out. It'll still be electronic, but it'll be using Google Form rather than Power School. And if we do not get some clarity about Power School and some definitive information from them by Wednesday, then we will go ahead and roll out our Google Form for registration. But please don't panic. It's certainly not too late to register. We really, really hate that this delay happened. And I mentioned before that so many organizations have been completely slammed and overwhelmed with the pandemic. And that was the case with this. They've got so many different challenges because of the magnitude of the work that they're doing. So I understand it, but I mean, I wasn't as kind as I normally am when I was talking to them today, because I was not happy with the fact that our stuff is not working. And I might have said something other than stuff, just saying. But the main thing that I want everyone to know is that we are working diligently to ensure that you all have an online registration process, and you will know something more definitive during the course of this week.
Thank you. And for everybody that's joining us on our Facebook Live and Zoom, I want to reiterate again, we communicate any updates or any announcements across our social media sites, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as YouTube. We need some more subscribers on our YouTube.
Yes.
So all of you joining us, please go to our YouTube page and like, because videos such as this will be added to our YouTube page for access for you. So any notifications about registration, device pickup will go out on all of our social media sites. So please follow us, our district social media platforms, as well as your scholars social media platform. But we also use robocalls, robotext. And again, if you aren't receiving that information, feel free to drop a message in our inbox, and I can forward that information to the correct person just to make sure that you're still receiving that. If you know any of us personally, I don't know about you, Ms. Dozier, but I don't mind answering any questions outside of Selma City Schools. So feel free to ask us as many questions as you need, because we do want to make sure that everybody is still connected to what we are trying to share. And so, and registration, the registration that Dr. Williams was just referring to is for everybody, including our pre-K scholars. So when you see that information, everyone will need to complete that general registration.
Yeah. And can you, someone mentioned needing the YouTube web address. Can you share that? Maybe put it in the chat box, but also tell everybody how to connect with us via YouTube. And go ahead.
Do one better. I will share it on our Facebook so that you can go directly to it.
That's awesome. Yes.
I will be looking for our
subscribers.
Yes. I'll be looking for those notifications.
Yes. And I just saw a question pop up about tech support. So we have an amazing group of tech interns that we are vetting now that will be available for tech support. We will have a hotline that you can call in for tech support. And we'll also have those tech interns who will be available to help troubleshoot. So we'll push out that information before the start of schools so that you know the number to call if you have a particular problem for tech support. You know, we ideally will be able to help you walk through it real time. You know, in the event that we do have devices that need to be replaced, then of course that's an option as well. And we will walk you through the process of returning a device and picking up a new one if it's a situation where there's not an easy fix for your device.
I raised my hand. That's important for virtual learning. Doc, we did have a question about having to sign something to receive devices. Can you speak a little bit on that? If parents will need to sign a waiver or some type of release to receive devices?
Yes, and when you come pick your devices up, you will have documents that you have to sign that basically go over your responsibility as a parent for maintaining the device and for returning it in the shape that you received it. So yes, there is a form that a parent or guardian will have to sign. And we are asking that if you have a device, please make sure you use your personal device if you can. We have ordered devices, but we are asking that if, like for example, if you're a family, maybe you've got multiple children, but have one device that one child can use. So maybe pick up 2 rather than 3 devices. So we're asking that if you have a device and if you have connectivity, to please use that. But we certainly want to make sure we're supporting families that don't have that. Someone just asked about a medical waiver, and I'm not really sure on what you mean by that. There is the medical form that you typically fill out at the start of the school year that will still be part of the paperwork. And if you're meaning a medical waiver in terms of being able to do anything face-to-face or not, right now, we don't have anything like that for our scholars. We do have a waiver for our athletes and for extracurricular activities. And if that's not what you're talking about, if you could pop up and just, and we can talk and just ask me your question and give me a little bit of clarity on what you mean if that's not what you were getting at when you asked about a medical waiver.
Thank you, Ms. Dozier. She is also responding to a few of our participants on our Facebook live chat.
Okay.
So I know the answer to this is yes, but I will ask it out loud. So will this chat and chew continue throughout the school year in case we have more questions?
Do y'all want it to? I mean, we want to do whatever you guys need to make sure you're supported. I think, and you tell us, is monthly enough, or do we need every 2 weeks? I think it's a good idea, and I'm glad someone asked that question, because I would hate for us to think, oh, this is a great idea, and people are like, they still talking, or they're on again. We don't want to overwhelm or inundate you, but I do think that, this is a new space for everybody. And I do think that in order to support you, it has to be ongoing. So my short answer is yes, that's our plan. But we also do want to know what your needs are. And in saying that, how often and, what would be the topics that you would want. And those are things that we can do surveys on as we move through the school year. I know there will be opportunities for a variety of professional learning over the next few weeks. And then after we get through those sessions, we'll also continue to use Parent University to add additional training sessions that will help support our families. But in terms of having this chat and chew, I like it, and I think it's a great idea that we continue it throughout the school year. Right now, I'm thinking once a month, but if anyone thinks we need it more often than that, then please let us know, because we will be more than happy to try to make accommodations for what you actually need to support your scholars.
Well, Facebook is saying every 2 weeks, please, Dr. Williams.
Yeah, I like every 2 weeks. We can do that. One of our goals is to stay connected, and we were really committed to making sure that you all are supported, and that we can ensure that you have what you need, including information. So yeah, I think every 2 weeks will be great. So what we will do is Courtney and I will be in communication this week to determine what that cycle will look like. And maybe this can be our new Talk Soup forum. It's just making it a chat and chew. Now, this is what I need for everybody that's watching on Facebook or on Zoom now. We need some guests, okay? Because it can't just be us all the time. This will be your opportunity to share And so please let us know also if you're willing to be a guest and share your stories, your celebrations, and your challenges. You know, because we've got some amazing things happening within our families that I would love to share with everyone else. So I think that would be the other thing that I would ask as we plan for Chat and Choose or Talk Soup or whatever we call it for 2 times a month.
I like it, and I think it will serve everybody well to stay connected, as you said. So we have more questions that are coming in, actually. So they're asking about schedules. Do you want to speak on that, Doc? Or there?
Sure. Yes. Schedules will be available during device pickup. And I do encourage you all to reach out to your child's school if you've got some specific questions or need anything specific because of the needs of your child. But the plan is for those schedules to be available then. But we're also doing electronic schedules that will be sent to our scholars, and your school will be able to give you more information about that as well. So next week is the communication week for all of that, including schedules. And I've seen several questions pop up about internet service, including what the governor put out, I think about a week ago, about providing internet service. We have not gotten all of the details from the governor's office yet. I'm expecting actually to hear something before the end of the week this week about the internet service that the state will be providing to families. We do have a number of hotspots for families that need it in the meantime, and that is going to be one of the things that your school will be working with you on. So if you do need internet, your school will work with you to ensure that we either provide one of our hotspots, or once we get the information from the governor's office, provide that information for everybody. Because even if you currently have internet, that's not one of the qualifiers for the governor's office, from my understanding. It's not about not having it. It is about socioeconomic level. And basically the way it's read thus far is that families, any family that qualifies for the free or reduced lunch program would be eligible for a state-supported internet. It's been approved by the governor's office and the funding is there, but they have not released information to districts yet on how we get families signed up for that. So I'm anxiously awaiting to hear information on that, and hope to, and really expect to, sometime during the course of this week. And while we're waiting for more questions, I don't know if you all did this or not, but do we have any board members present? Ms. Wooten, are you out there?
Good evening, I am out here.
on your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
so
guys.
Glad you're here. I mean, what else would you do on your birthday? What else would you want to do on your birthday but spend it with us, right?
Well, I would love to be at the beach, but I am quarantining.
Right, I got you. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Huh?
No, I just said thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Do we have any other board members present? All right. Well, I do want to thank our Board of Education for their support. It's been really amazing to try to work through all of the the complexities of trying to reopen school during a pandemic. A lot of challenges, y'all. This has not been easy at all. We have an amazing team and a phenomenal Board of Education, and I thank each and every one of you for the work that you all have done, and just in supporting our teachers and our scholars and families. So thank you to our amazing Board of Education.
And thank you, Dr. Williams. Right now, I think that's all for the questions, unless Ms. Dozier, if you see any that we have not covered.
Just one. Will school be Monday through Thursday, 4 days a week, or 5?
Yeah, so school is 5 days a week. Some of you may be teachers or no teachers, and our teachers have an AB schedule where they're working Mondays or Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays mostly, and there may be some exceptions. And when I say working, I mean in the school building. They work 5 days a week because school is 5 days a week. Friday will be remote for everybody, so that we can clean our buildings. But it is still a learning day and a working day. So we are 5 days a week. And you know, the time that scholars are engaged in terms of screen time, of course, it's not 6 or 7 hours. It's much shorter than that. I think you've already gone over that piece. But our teachers are available. I believe their hours are from 8 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. And we are encouraging teachers to make sure they make it very clear what their office hours are when they're available to support parents and scholars, you know, whether it's through phone calls or having a virtual meeting with them. And you know, and our schools are not closed to the public. Now, there'll be some protocols if you visit schools in terms of the screening that we will do. But if you do have a need that requires something face-to-face, we will most certainly be employing all of the CDC and Alabama Department of Public Health recommendations for safety, but our buildings are not closed off. They will be by appointment only, but we certainly encourage our families to reach out for the types of supports that you may need. School is Monday through Friday. And you know, those times that Mrs. Dozier shared will be consistent throughout this virtual learning experience. Any other questions pop in, Courtney?
Nope. That was all. Our learning management platform will be Schoology, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Pronouncing that the right way, correct?
It's Schoology. I was calling it Schoology at first,
Okay.
and I still hear people saying that. It's like, I said it like that once. I actually like Schoology. It sounds smart to me, but it's Schoology.
Okay.
And it is our learning management system.
Gotcha. And so with that, there are training materials and resources available for our parents for that, and we will make that available on our website. But Doc, Ms. Dozier, and any of our other team members that may be on the call, we may consider doing this as another chat and chew, just to walk you through how to do it. It's a valuable resource. I took a look at it today. There's a parent handbook. You can create a login as a parent. So all the information that your Schoology training is set for Friday. So
yeah,
Dr. Ford.
Yeah, and that's part of you. I think you shared the schedule of the other parent trainings, right? Did you share that?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, we've got Schoology, Schools PLP, I think Voyager, and maybe a few other sessions that are already on tap for the next couple of weeks.
And all that, again, will be pushed out through our social media as well as on our website. So stay tuned for those specific dates and the meeting information, because that will be via Zoom.
Yes, yes.
Well, all right. I think that's all for our questions, both in the chat as well as on Facebook Live. So Ms. Dozier, you had something planned extra special for us today that I hope that I win.
Well, all of my people who know me know I'm a gamer. I love to play games, any kind of game. I'm a gamer, so I couldn't present without playing a game. So here we go. Share my screen again. We left off on this screen. However, move to the next slide. We would like to thank you for attending today. We do have 5 prizes today.
Ooh.
We have a 19-ounce can of Lysol. We also have a can of Microban. We also have a container of Lysol wipes, and we have 2 $10 Walmart gift cards. So it was hard to figure out how could we give this away with so many parents watching. So hopefully we can do this diplomatically. The way this will, I'm a little nervous. I think it'll work. So actually we have a wheel built with each school's name on it. And what will happen, I'll spin the wheel. When it lands on the school's name, the first parent to type their name and the words "claim it" in the box wins the prize. You will be able to pick up tomorrow at after 9 a.m. So Prizes will be.
I said they cannot see the wheel. What are they talking about?
I haven't put it up yet. I haven't put it up yet.
And just for clarity, are we looking at the first person to respond in the Zoom chat or on Facebook Live, or are we going to do two different?
We're doing both.
Okay.
So we're doing both. Got some good eyes. So, Courtney, you're not playing. You're helping me with your eyes.
Okay,
So,
I'm looking.
You're looking okay. So I'm going to go ahead and change out to the actual wheel. So I will actually share a different screen for the wheel. It is actually, let's see, I have it.
Knox. Okay, Dr. Curitan, I see you practicing.
Got win. So here, can you all see the wheel now?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna spin the wheel. I'm gonna click the spin. And your name and the words claim it in the box. Let's see, a paying parent. I'm looking for a paying parent in the chat or in Payne. Nobody yet. Payne Elementary School. Do we have a Payne parent watching?
Come on, Payne parents.
What do they type in again?
I have somebody say yes.
Name,
they're supposed to say
name and the word claim it. I says York claimed for Payne School. So Ms. York, you actually can go to Payne School and claim your prize. And I didn't say what the prize was, did I?
Which one? Yeah. Which one is it? Is it the Lysol? That's a hot commodity, right?
That's a hot commodity. Ooh, that's hard to say. Cause I didn't say.
Everybody's like Lysol.
You know what? Ms. York says you're the first one, you get the Lysol. Okay.
Yay. Can I, for the next round, can I suggest this? The feed is a little slow.
Okay.
To Facebook. So our Facebook parents, they respond, but it's a little after everybody else. So
okay. Yes, I got
you. Cater this one to our Facebook.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So the question was, I don't see SPK is listed as Kingston parent. So Kingston is listed. So we'll play again and spin. This is for our Facebook for the microband.
Oh, I heard that was good.
We have an RB Hudson parent. We have an RB Hudson parent. Was Miss Bettis a RB Hudson parent? I see. All right. So Miss Christy Monique is a RB Hudson parent. So you can get that can of microband tomorrow.
Hey, Christy Monique, happy belated birthday.
All right. So we're ready for the next one. And we can actually do our Zoom this time. And let's go for a $10 Walmart gift card. All right, we ready? Let's see. Selma High parent. Do we have a Selma High parent on our Zoom call? Is there a Selma High parent?
Cicely Curtis, claim it.
All right, Cicely
Was
Curtis.
she first?
She was. She
Okay.
was first on the Zoom call. So, Miss Curtis, you go to the central office and pick up that $10 Walmart gift card on tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna remove Selma High and let's see who's next. Go into our Facebook for the Lysol wipes. We have a Knox parent. All right, I'm looking at the chat. What was the first name you saw?
Raise my hand.
Is it for
Can I raise my
Facebook
hand?
or the chat?
On
Or does it matter?
Facebook.
Okay.
Can I raise my hand?
It's the Facebook chat. It's the Facebook chat.
Yeah, could I
So-
raise my hand?
No, ma'am. We're looking at
Could I raise my hand? I said my what's the name not working. I'm trying to type it in, it won't work.
Yeah, are you on our Facebook Live or are you on Zoom?
I'm on Zoom, it won't type. This is
yes,
Knox parent.
This round was for Facebook Live.
Okay, so my Facebook won't do right.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Did we
still
get
can't
a
get it.
Facebook?
Well, we actually had someone to say it first on Facebook.
Okay, well I couldn't get it on Facebook, but that's all right.
Keep trying this that way.
Okay, all right.
You can give her with mine. This Miss Curtis.
Okay,
Ma'am.
Miss Petway, Miss Curtis is going to let you pick up that gift card at the central office tomorrow. Thank you. Miss
Okay,
Curtis.
okay, thank you.
Congratulations, Miss Petway. Thank you, Miss Curtis.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I am adding RB Hudson back to the wheel.
Put on mute.
I am adding RB Hudson back to the wheel. Miss Bettis did make a notation in the chat box. So we will add RB Hudson back to the wheel. So from my recollection, we still have a $10 Walmart card left. Is that right?
Say that again. I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
I was asking about the $10 Walmart card.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
should have one left. Is there a Kingston parent on Zoom? Kingston parent on Zoom.
Is that Shirley Hunter? I saw Shirley Hunter.
Shirley Hunter, yes. So Shirley Hunter, please make sure that you go by the central office to get your prize.
Congratulations, Mrs. Hunter.
All right, last one. Miss Bettis did not actually get the prize for RB Hudson, so RB Hudson was added back to the wheel. So we'll spend one last time for that can of microban.
Which one are we doing, Facebook or Zoom?
We just did, so let's do Facebook. So this is for Facebook for the can of microban. There's a Knox parent on Facebook. I'm waiting on a Knox parent on Facebook to claim that prize. I'm waiting on a Knox parent to claim it. We got all kinds of RB Hudson parent, but there's a delay. Knox, Crystal Pugh. Crystal Pugh is the winner for Knox for the can of microban. Crystal Pugh. Again, thank you so much. Just like playing games, but Dr. Williams, again, thank you for the opportunity to actually share our remote learning and virtual learning expectations. Again, this meeting is recorded and you'll be able to get all the information you need for your scholars to be successful in virtual learning.
And thank you so much, Ms. Dozier, for an excellent presentation. Thank you.
Ms. Dozier, did you already do my Bitmoji?
I'm ready for you. I'm ready. Which one did I end up doing for you?
So while she's pulling that up, I do want to thank Ms. Dozier for her commitment and her time that she put into preparing this for us. And y'all, we are living in very interesting times. And who would have ever thought that a can of Lysol would be not only a door prize, but a doggone good door prize. And it is, we're just in an incredible space right now. And gosh, I'm just so grateful for our team. Team Selma never ceases to amaze me. And Ms. Dozier, you're a key part of Team Selma. And we so appreciate your willingness to help support. Thank you so much to our parents, our board members, our team members, including our principals, teachers, leaders, staff who are participating, but also who are just working behind the scenes. There's a lot of moving parts as we prepare to reopen schools this fall. So we will continue to do our very best to make sure that we're open and transparent, that we are providing avenues for you to get the support that you need. On Wednesday of this week, we do have a chat and chew with our partners. We are excited to be able to announce later this week about some supports that our partners will help provide for our working families. So more information to come about that soon, because we do want to make sure that we're really supporting Team Selma. So thank you again, Ms. Dozier. Thank you for your time. Amazing presentation. Thank you, Courtney Washington, for your consistency with making sure that we're staying connected. We will continue to do our best, and y'all just stay in touch with us. Continue to reach out if you need anything. And we will be presenting a schedule to you of the sessions that we'll have during the school year that will be twice a month per your request. Don't forget about my request. I also said that we need some guests. So be thinking about that, and we would love to have you as a guest when we move forward in the fall. So I always say we are one team, one voice, committed to excellence. And as always, I urge you to please stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay connected with us. And I hope everyone has an amazing evening on purpose. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, Facebook family.
All right, have a great day.